Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's Perspective for Monday, 9th of April. The 9th of April. Okay, so this question came to me a few days ago. Good evening, Deb. And the person asked me, look, why do you always seem to, and they were talking specifically about the perspectives. Hey, Mel, why do you always seem to, blame people and the person that's listening to you? You always seem like no one else can have made an impact in a life. Oh, thank you. It is a dress because it's supposed to be hot here today. Thank you. So why do you always put the burden on the person as if no one else can play a role in messing up someone's life and in having a negative impact on someone's life? And I thought about that. And this is what I realized. And so, hello, Daryl. Hello, all who are joining me. So this is what I've come to realize, that we all have choices. And I do not live in Disneyland. I don't live in Disneyland, so I understand the role that people can have on your lives. I think all of us can think of something that was said to us when we were in the 3rd grade, when we were 7 years old. We can still vividly remember the exact phraseology of what was said to us. So yes, I understand that, but here's where I'm going and why I take such a insistent stance on personal responsibility, because this is what I know. If we are going to climb out of the holes that we sometimes find ourselves in life, we have like 3 things to do. We got a lot of things to do to get out of the holes. But we have to, number one, acknowledge. We've got to acknowledge that others played a role in our lives. We have to. Again, we can't live in Disneyland thinking that, we are who we are all on our own and I'm just the way I am. Well, I'm like this because my mama was like this and this is just the way I am, accept it or leave it. No, we have to recognize our beginning, and others played a role in that. So we have to be aware of that. We have to practice forgiveness for the things that are negative and have us with the mentality of victimization, a mentality of I'm out here by myself, I'm all alone. That's a mentality, that is a mindset that we probably didn't develop on our own. So yes, we have to acknowledge the others' roles in our lives. We have to practice forgiveness, and we have to choose from this point forward that we will take a role, the biggest role in our lives. This is our life. And every time we open our mouths and start a sentence with they or he and she, we have to check that. We've got to check that, roll it back, break out a mirror and say, okay, yes, that was done to me. No one protected me. No one watched over me. Yes, I was abused. I was misused. I was mishandled. We have to acknowledge that. Recognize our beginning practice. Yes, thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Recap. Thank you, Mel. You make it sound better. So it is our choice. Yes, I've got to recognize it. I've got to practice forgiveness. It's not about them. I choose not to allow myself to be shackled and handcuffed and a prisoner while the people have gone on and they don't even remember my name. And I'm over here stuck in something that happened to me. It happened. Choose to practice forgiveness. To practice forgiveness. And then I got to choose from this point on. I'm moving forward. I will not remain in the past. I am moving forward. I choose to live my life. It's mine. It's the only one I've got. And guess what? By the way, because I happen to believe that nothing happens accidentally. There is no oops. There are no coincidences in my life. Everything has a reason. It has a purpose. Even if I don't understand it, even if I can't figure it out, even if I don't like it, but I'm going to find. So I'm going to get better because of what happened to me. I will get stronger because of what I've gone through. I will become wiser because I'm going to use my past as a stepping stone. It is all about our choice, and believe me, and this is where our spiritual growth comes in. I don't believe you can do all that stuff on your own. No, because if you could have, you would have. Okay, so some of the stuff we are in desperate need of God's guidance and his direction and his leading. And if we're going to for real forgive, we absolutely need God to help us and walk through that stuff. Because on the surface, you will say, oh, yes, I forgive you. And then let that person's name come up. Let that, if a situation arises that even halfway smells like your past, you will get a reaction and you will shoot to 10 immediate. It takes God to work through some of that stuff. So the question as to why do I put so much emphasis on individual responsibility? Because I believe that's where it lies. Oh, bless you, Mel. Mwah. It lies with us. Acknowledge it, forgive it, and choose to use those things as a building block, as a stepping stone to launch you where you need to be, to launch you where you were designed to be. Okay, you're better because of it, you're stronger because of it, or you are destroyed because of it. And it doesn't have to be that way. I know that. I know that. It doesn't have to be that. These are my kisses. These are my kisses. It doesn't have to be that way. We can get better. We do not have to get bitter and resign ourselves and live small lives. So yeah, I do put the responsibility, the burden, the onus on us after we've done a couple of things. Acknowledge what has happened, what was done to you. Once we choose to forgive, it is a choice and it takes help. I don't believe you can truly forgive. Now, if you step on my toe, okay, my little power, I can forgive you for that. But if you've cut me, if you've abused and abandoned me, if you betrayed me, I need something a little more. I need God to help me through that so that I do not succumb to the rage and the bitterness, and then everybody around me gets impacted. They never get the best version of who you could be. Okay. All right. That's my offering to you today. As always, my thoughts, my prayers are that I can impact a life. Not tickle you, not attempt to impress you, but that your life would be impacted. If you could have, you would have. That's right. Amen, Doug. Well said. Okay. Until next time, take real good care of yourselves.